small Chinese chess talk here. I want to talk just a little bit about this Chinese chess game which I've been learning here. They play it a lot on the streets here in Vietnam, and I'm a bit of a chess fan, so I've kind of devoted a good part of this week to learning how to play this game, and it's been very rewarding. I really like this game. They kind of paint this board on the streets and kind of gather around in big groups and play it, like slamming the pieces down in this big flamboyant affair. And I plan to get the hang of it and try my luck with these old fellas in Hanoi here. This is the opening scene of any Chinese chess game. For the sake of clarity, I'll call the international standard normal chess, I'll call that chess, and I'll refer to this game as Chinese chess, or XiangQi or XiangQi. I can never get the name right. I apologise for everybody who knows how to say that properly and just cringed at listening to me say that. The board itself is quite different looking from chess in the way that all the pieces sit on the intersections of these lines for a start, and they don't sit in the middle. There are five rows on each side with 9 columns, rank and file. So you've got 5 in the enemy territory here and 5 on friendly ground here. The enemy territory and your friendly ground is separated by a river, which is literally, a river in this game. You have on each side of the board, in each person's territory, you have what's called the palace, and this fella here and this fella here. They are the generals, and they are confined to the palace grounds. The general moves horizontally and vertically in this, but I'll go over that later. Up the front here, you have the pawns. You have 5 pawns to each side. I'll give you a close-up of the characters in a minute as well. So underneath these, when you're setting up, you can see there's markers where you place your pieces. So you've got the 5 pawns up the front there. They differ from chess pawns. The way they move, the way pawns move, they move one at a time forward. You don't, unlike chess, you don't get the double move at the start, and there's no that kind of ampersand thing. You can't. There's no taking on the diagonal. They take the same way as they move, like that. They take forwards as opposed to diagonally in chess. So they basically all pieces except the elephant and anything that's not confined to the palace can cross the river like normal. So a pawn just moves one forward. It can never ever move backwards, regardless of how far along you push it. But once it crosses the river, you can move it sideways, left or right, and still forward, of course. So they can take sideways, or they can take forward. Yep. That's the pawn. They're quite a powerful piece because once you push them past the river, you can move sideways and you can attack from other directions. It's quite cool. The cannon I'll cover in a minute because they're a bit of a tricky piece, quite different from anything else in chess. Here we have the chariot, which you can think of as a rook. It's the most powerful piece, obviously besides the general. He's fairly useless, but he's worth the most because he's the object of the game. The chariot moves like a rook. You can move as many pieces as you like, as many units as you like, horizontally or vertically, easily jumping the river, no problems. and he takes pieces the same way as he moves, just like in chess. Just like basically, there's no difference between him and a rook in chess, except he's worth more than in chess. I think they're worth 5, I think, in chess, and I think they've got a nominal value of 10 in Chinese chess. Next we have the horse. The horse has that piece there. I'll give you a look at, that's the chariot that I was just talking about. The horse moves similar to the horse in chess, but in normal chess they move in an L shape, like 2 up and 1 across, or 1 across, 1 up, 2 across, etc., etc. But in chess, in Chinese chess, they move 1 forward and 1 diagonal, or 1 across and 1 diagonal, or 1 back, 1 diagonal, if you understand what I mean. They can't jump pieces. So if I have a piece here, this horse is blocked from these 2 squares, because I can't just jump it like I would in chess. I have to move 1 forward and 1 across, and that's not possible. I can move there, or there, or back here, but because there's one there, it's called blocked. It's blocked. Say if there's a pawn there, I could take that up there. Okay, I hope that's clear. So they can't jump pieces, and they move 1 forward and then 1 diagonal in the direction that they're trying to travel. Okay. Now here we have the elephant. The elephant moves like a bishop. It's in the same place as a bishop in chess, but it can only be on 7 points on the board because it moves 2 squares at a time. It can't move 1. It doesn't have the option to move 1. It can move 2 squares. There. I can move 2 squares up here. It moves like that. So it can't jump pieces, so it's blocked if it tries to move there. It's just like the bishop, and it takes the same. If I have an opponent's piece there, I can take it. It moves 2 diagonally. And because it is an elephant, they're clearly massive and fat, they can't cross the river. They will drown, so they're stuck at the edge of the river. They can't. That pawn can come and just take it. It can't take any pieces across the river. Okay. I'm going to stop recording now and record part 2.